Hello and welcome back to another episode of Guided by the Unconscious. We have had a week.
Oh my god.
It's been a bit of a crazy week, but we are definitely ready to be here for you guys. We're definitely off a little bit. We missed recording last Friday. We just talked about that. So apologies if we're out of the flow right now.
Like it's episode 1, but not.
Yeah, but not. No, I looked back at episode 1. I was like, sheesh. Okay.
It was just the beginning.
Yes, it is.
Some time, people.
Yes. We're working on it. I like watching us though, because it's helping me too, especially like in everyday life on how I communicate. Like I've noticed that I say like a lot and that stopped. Just did it again.
So like
that stopped. No, but I recognize it, so now I try and stop myself for I'm conscious about it. So then that's what this is all about.
Yeah, we're learning as much as everyone else is, so.
Yeah, so hopefully our sound gets better.
I think even the second episode, when I watched it, I was like, you could just see we're visibly more comfortable in this.
Well, yeah, we figured out our setup, very quickly.
Yeah, minutes.
Within minutes. Where it was like, we should do it this way next time.
We did boom, 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 and we're ready.
We learned.
Yeah, it's going to be a learning process, so.
But I was thinking the other day how simple it was to just go over a friend's house. No plans. You just chaotic on the town. You painted those trees red. You did whatever you wanted to do. You went to the local store, got some energy drinks, got those coladas from Dunkin' Donuts.
Mango colada is what I always got.
I did coffee. The coffee coladas. The French vanillas were good. I
didn't even know they had those.
Like a vanilla bean. Or was that Starbucks? I don't know. The coladas were good though. They were definitely 3 summers worth of purchases. I spent way too much money.
I remember, so growing up around, when you're younger, my parents got me a debit card. You get your first job and all that great stuff. So they gave me a debit card. No, sorry, it was only an ATM card.
Okay.
So never.
I was like, that's very generous.
Yeah, no, they didn't. Especially with my spending habits. They were like, here's your ATM card, and you obviously can only use it at an ATM, which was annoying, but that's besides the point.
I think that learns how to handle cash. And how much cash you go through.
And learned. But anyway, there was an ATM, and I had a PNC ATM in the Wawa. That was the only really closest thing to us.
Okay.
Because when I lived in New Brunswick, I wasn't allowed to walk around. I was like, okay.
Kidding.
Yeah. I understand now why, but at the time I'm like, all my other friends were able to walk to the corner store, and it was in inner city, so everything was within walking distance.
Yes.
And then I moved to the suburbs, and the closest thing was kind of far, relatively far, and it was Wawa. And then there was I think, was there a pizzeria? Yeah, I never went to the pizzeria or the Chinese food place next door, but it was always Wawa. And I would get either a slushie from the thing, they had the whatever it was.
I got you.
I would either get a slushie or
what does it do?
It goes.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't know how slushie machines worked.
You never?
No, I'm being sarcastic.
Oh. Never mind. I was like, we're gonna get one after this
all the time at the movie. I was like, we don't get sodas, we get slushies.
Let's
upgrade. Let's be real here.
Especially in this heat. It's fucking ridiculous.
Oh, yes.
Or ice cream, but not ice cream, ice pops we'll get. Or it's summertime. But that, and the freedom in a sense. I mean, as a kid, you don't really have that many responsibilities. Definitely take that for granted.
Yes.
But
I guess that's kind of part of
you don't
what we're talking about. You miss it
to do you don't have to do anything. So summer break, I remember I could literally just walk outside, knock on a neighbor's door, and we would hang out, whether that's kickball or manhunt or just sitting.
Was the shit. Can we bring that back? Adult manhunt. I think people would be concerned that there's adults running around people's backyards.
True. We'd probably have to take that to a park.
It's a little. Even that might be a little odd.
They're gonna be 911, what's your emergency? There's a bunch of adults. There's just a bunch of children.
If it was a Facebook group, does that make it okay?
probably. Because
Okay.
you know Karens.
Yeah.
They'll be like, well, no one's technically declared it. I'm like, oh, no one has to.
No one has
okay,
to.
I wanted to. But we would always play Manhunt when it was starting, when like dusk.
Dusk.
It
Yeah.
would never be during the day.
And home base was always like the most inconvenient, or
Oh.
like the meanest neighbor of the neighborhood. You had to go on their porch because like
risk your life.
yeah, you have to risk your life.
Yeah.
Like if he notices, you have to bolt. So now you're
Yeah, literally. We played one time.
We're doing
and
it. We're this.
calling a giant manhunt, everyone. We don't even have to know you, just come. So I had a neighbor and her tree stumps, like the roots were coming up and out of the ground, and I remember someone chasing me, and not tooting my own
The
horn.
fear too of like someone chasing you.
I would literally have to go to the bathroom every time. So I'm like, you're making me so nervous. I have to pee. They're like, okay, a little weird, but I would book it because I'm so fucking competitive, and I'm like booking it to home, and the home base was next door, like past the Roots house, and I fucking tripped on those roots. I don't think I touched ground for like 25 yards. I like,
Oh my god, you
launched.
Superman.
Oh my god! And then I hit the ground and skid a little bit, but when I skid, I hit another root, and it kind of like hits you in the gut. The next day, I had a giant bruise on my ribs, and I'm like, oh, I need to take this a little less serious.
No, there is a seriousness to manhunt, especially when you're being chased. The chase is the best though.
It's so nerve wracking.
It's the best.
It's like anxiety and it's just.
Yeah, but then when you get to hide and they run past you, you're like, sucker, like. Oh my god.
You thought.
I forgot, like, how does it end? Like, we're getting very off topic on our we're going really into manhunt. But, like, how does it, you have to catch everybody, or is there, like, a time limit? Or is it until, like, mom says,
get inside.
in? Yeah, like,
it's past your bedtime.
Yeah.
And even that, like, I remember, so High School Musical had come out during this time. I was a big High School fan.
No. That's what we grew up with.
Yeah.
Like, yes.
We're on this together. But they had a dance along and a sing along, and they were back to back. And I remember,
you're not missing that.
oh no, like, it's summer break, Mom.
Please,
come on,
chillax.
Yeah, we were done like playing outside or whatever. Come inside, and I saw it on Disney Channel, and it was like, you know, I mean, they tell you what's like up next, and I'm like, oh my god! So I run over to my neighbor, and I was like, the dance along or whichever one came first is on, and then the sing along is on, and she was like, oh my god! We both like had taken showers,
You're
in our
hiding.
pajamas, and our moms were like, okay, like whatever, and just that feeling of just like playing outside all day, and then we had a pool, so like we were in the pool, and
and that tires you out.
oh my god, but it was just so much fun.
Yeah.
I miss it.
I miss it so much. I miss just like going over the Friday night. You have all these plans, and then you call your parents, and you're just like, I'm gonna stay here for the next 3 nights.
Yeah.
And then like I would really
Literally.
just like camp at my friend's house. Like I go back to my house for like 15 minutes, grab the essentials, you know, like get everything going. I brought like face paints. I had a hamster. I'm like, we're taking the hamster with me. Yeah, she has hamsters too, so we're like, let's have fun. We're having a play date. Our hamsters have a play date.
So fun.
Like I would see my parents for like 3 days, and then I'd go back and I'd be like, I don't want to go back to school. Like I'm gonna stay at my friend's house.
You ever get that feeling? So you know they say like Sunday scaries or Sunday whatever that is. I used to feel that around August, I would say, when they started putting the school stuff out. And,
I hated that. That ruined your summer. The
and of course,
second you saw that commercial,
you're
like, I got like 2 good weeks
I
left
got a day. No.
and then like a day to read my summer reading. Like
that was
which
horrible.
I never did.
I
Spark Notes, baby.
made me so much.
Oh yeah, no.
I hated reading. And I remember my mom, let's say like the first, the supplies came out, the second my mom would be like, okay, we need to go and get your school supplies. I'm like, but don't make me, Mom. I hated it. I was like, I didn't mind that. School right now.
I love school supplies. I hated school. I loved it. Getting all the different colored pens and Sharpies. I was like, The blues are for my history class. I got a blue
my
folder,
God.
blue notebook, like everything.
Binders.
Yeah, and like I took notes. I didn't absorb anything. Actually,
You were
C's
doodling.
gets degrees. That's a true fact.
Ooh.
So,
That makes sense now.
but I mean, and I hated wearing backpacks. Like I was a locker kid. Like I would.
So, I never had lockers until I moved here.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know how to work them. Like, you know,
I
there's
don't
like
think I
pass
used
and then
lockers in, like
there's.
middle school.
I think so. In the district when we moved
We
in,
had cubbies.
they
like
had.
you upgrade. It's like cubbies. Your cubbies.
To a locker.
To a locker. Yeah.
It was. I think they had them in elementary school too, where I was, where I moved to,
Okay.
but not where I moved from, because we would have one classroom per grade. And it was a desk, but the desk had like a storage thing. You just put your books, and that's your desk for every subject.
Oh yeah. Yes,
like
I had classes.
and there was one teacher too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now thinking about it, how the teacher.
That's normal.
Really?
Yeah, in
Oh,
elementary, yeah, you have like the one teacher. I mean,
Oh,
besides
that
like
makes
your gym teacher and like your
Ours
music.
was religion
music.
too, so like it was we had a man come in. That was fun. But I remember going to the new school and I didn't know how to use the locker, and they showed me. They did show me multiple times, and I think I was either nervous or like it's something new and I didn't want to be embarrassed or whatever it was. I never used the locker, and I was the backpack kid who put everything in their backpack.
That's
probably
why you're so
it's probably why I'm strong now, because I fucking love that all day. And then I remember one kid was like, "You can use my locker," and then I was nervous because still didn't know how to open the locker, so using yours didn't help me.
No.
Unless you were gonna be there to open it every
You
time.
need to console to somebody your issue.
It was really bad. And then the next
Do you
year,
still know how to open a locker?
no, I do now.
Okay.
It was what grade was it? I don't remember. But I remember the next year I knew how to open it, so I was just like, okay. I think
all
I
summer long you were practicing.
Yeah, past
Got
the second
three.
number. You gotta go
There
back to
you
the other
go.
one. But yeah, the lockers, they were embarrassing.
Yeah. No,
But it's
it was
okay.
good
To any
time.
kid out there who doesn't know how to open a locker, it's okay.
It's okay.
You'll learn. I promise. Just don't be the backpack kid. I was so embarrassed. Everyone's like, "Why is it so heavy?" Because they have every freaking book in here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm embarrassed, okay? Leave me alone. It was so bad.
Like I miss it, but I don't miss it at the same time.
Yeah.
I miss like so going back to like the
Nostalgic.
friends. Yeah,
Yes.
going back to seeing friends, like that freedom. Like like just going out. Like I would go to Red Bank like all the time. Like Red Bank
that's so
kids
nice,
sitting. We would call like sitting on the ledge, which is like Louis the ledge where like it was
Was it
Manhattan
the water?
Bagel.
Oh.
No. It's Louis like where like the Rite Aid was. They're pluck you,
yeah,
and there's like
yeah.
a ledge there that goes into the parking lot.
That
And
was
you'd
the
be like meet us at the ledge, and then we'd walk over to the park, and then just do some real shady shit in the park.
Nice.
That's per
Nice.
usual. But it's just like the freedom. Like I
Yeah.
miss it so much, just being in the and like how
You take
easy
it
it
for
was,
granted.
and how easy it was to like talk to people, like make friends.
Oh,
like it's
so
crazy
easy.
because it was just like your other kids just like doing shenanigans.
it was it
like
like stoop kids doing stoop kid things. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, we were definitely.
Oh yeah, we would just like literally just sit there and talk, which is so funny because I don't think kids do that anymore. Well, I know kids don't do that anymore because you drive or walk around in the summer in any development. I see no children.
No, I think a lot of like those developments are HOAs and kid free.
Oh.
Yeah, but I've been kid
No
free,
kids
no kids
allowed.
allowed. There are HOAs that are like that.
That is
They
crazy.
don't want kids because it's like dog. They don't want noise. It's I gotta respect that. You know, like
I
when
don't
you go
need
to
you
a
running
resort,
across
it's like
my-
adult only.
Yes,
It's like
which,
kind
not
of the
gonna
same
lie.
concept.
It's pretty nice.
You know, it is nice. Like, yeah.
It is very nice. Yeah, speaking of that, I was like, side note, when we were looking at our honeymoon, like where we wanted to stay, Kara was like, no, we're not staying in a place where they have kids.
No.
Just not. So we ended up picking a place that actually, it didn't say adults only, but it's a really nice place. So it's
You
like
would
the
expect-
chances of 1,000 children being there is like slim to none.
Yeah, and if that kid's there, you know their kids are rich
And they're so
like they're
snooty, and they're not
quiet.
gonna be like, they're gonna be
they'll
reading
be
their friggin' $500 book. I don't know, something. In their polo. That's what I pictured. It's comb over. That's what I pictured the kid.
Okay.
But he's like,
It's interesting.
he's like, shit, I know.
Is he
I
British?
like, literally that's what I picture in my head. It's just some annoying kid. But he's like, yeah, you know what? There's not gonna be that many kids there, so it's fine.
No.
But like I can understand, like you don't want kids running across your lawn. I agree, Dave.
Yeah, no, we definitely.
I messed up people's
we would get stink bombs from the ice cream truck.
That's so funny.
And leave stink bombs on, like, and throw
Everywhere.
in their yards if we didn't like them, or if they yelled at us, we would just be like, okay, well,
You
next
got
day
it?
ice cream truck comes, you got it. I don't know where I got this money, but I just remember going to the ice cream truck and the guy was like, yeah, here's all your fart bombs.
You're like, thank you. I remember one time like chasing down so obviously the ice cream truck, you can hear it, you know. So it comes down and I'm like, I have no money. And obviously you don't have a card on you. So I'm like, oh my God. And my dad was only home at that time and he was in his room, so it was upstairs. And I remember running to the side of the house and I'm like, Dad! Like, I could have gone inside.
Yeah. No, the amount of times my parents would be like, can you not yell? Like, if you answer the phone, be like, do you not yell? You walk up to somebody.
Yes.
I just did not learn that for a while.
And he was
Screaming
door,
was
and he's
effective.
like, yes, like, because it probably sounded like, oh my God, I need help. He said, what? And I'm like, Dad, the ice cream truck is coming. I don't have any money.
The panic, the sheer.
Because I'm like, what if it passes? He could be like, hold on 1 minute, I'll be right back.
Yeah,
I
no.
don't do that. And my dad's like, just come inside and grab it. And I'm like, no, he's gonna be. My dad, we love him. The screen, he took off the screen and just threw the money down because I didn't want to come inside and waste time. I could have come inside and grabbed the money. But he was like, okay. And he like popped out the screen and he's like, here.
Look,
I remember
that was your mission that day. You know, he was there for you.
I got it though. Because I love cookies. I got a
the ice cream sandwich. Yeah, those are good.
Toll House.
Those are fire.
All the way.
Yeah. I like the SpongeBob.
Oh yeah, the ones that are never like SpongeBob.
Yeah, the eyes are always googlies.
You're like, this looks like SpongeBob after a couple of LITs. Yeah, that I miss that.
Yeah.
I wish I knew that
life.
that wasn't gonna be forever. Because as a kid, you don't really think about that.
It's a blink of the eye.
Yeah.
It is such
Too
a
fast.
short time. It's like 10 years maybe.
Yeah.
Like you get like 10 summers.
Compared to your life is very
good.
Which is sad.
It is.
And now we're getting married.
I know.
You are married.
Yeah,
We
you're
are
almost there.
We are starting this adult life.
I know. We're still gonna play Manhunt though.
Sad. You see
I
on the
know,
news and be
it's
like,
so-
adults arrested for trespassing with a
World's largest get together, Madison Square Garden.
That would be.
Wait, why Madison Square Garden? Where did I say
really
Central Park.
Honestly, Madison Square Garden, there's a lot of
I mean,
seats to hide
there is.
behind.
That is actually a good
You'll
spot.
never find me, ever.
There's definitely like secret passages too.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
That we don't even know about.
Yeah, but like there's something about like knowing the landscape of like your neighbors'
Yeah.
yards. Like you know the best spots.
Behind like the biggest bush or
Yeah.
like.
That's why
one
yeah,
tree
Central
you can
Park
climb.
would be
Oh
oh my god, I'd be in the zoo. I'd be in the zoo hiding behind. I'd be in the monkey's cage.
She'll be like picking at the back of a monkey. Like,
I'd be bringing a gorilla suit with me.
blend in with your surroundings. It's not a movie. I don't know what it is though.
I have no idea.
Cartoon though. It's an animal movie. But speaking of weddings, there are a lot of trends, especially for like fall weddings. I mean, you had your wedding in fall,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
And I'll have my wedding in fall too. Actually.
October
a couple days after
weddings.
each other, which is crazy.
It is crazy.
And
it's a great year to get married. Or a great like
time of the year.
Yes.
Yeah. I think. Yeah. No, that was the coldest month. So for people who don't know, I am getting married in Hawaii. So obviously it's a tropical place, so they're not gonna have snow or be like cold. But that I think October it was the cooler months of the year, and we wanted that because like who wants to kind of like
You don't
sit
want to
outside
be in the
and
humidity.
sweat? I've been to many weddings where I'm outside and you know you get your hair done, your makeup's done, you have a nice dress on. I don't want my guests to be like sweating off their makeup and like their hair is it's just uncomfortable.
Yes.
So I think it's no shade to
Nobody
a
needs
summer wedding, but I just don't want to be dying in
No,
the
that
heat.
makes sense.
It's like
it's very
it's
considerate.
And sorry, I just read that the sniffles. But yes, And I think there's like a feel to a October wedding, if that makes any sense.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a fall-y time.
It's just, yeah, because it's the season's changing.
Mhm.
There's just like a crisper feeling in the air. I think it's
That's
just
true.
a very nice time. But people do very different things for their weddings. I had it was COVID when we got married, so we had to, work around it. But like I had, we wanted to do like an outdoor ceremony and then an indoor reception,
Mhm.
but we weren't allowed to do an indoor reception. We were, but no one was allowed to wear masks, but you were not allowed to dance.
Oh.
But if you were outside under a tent, everybody wore masks and you can dance. So we're like, obviously we want to dance. Like,
It's a wedding
and it was like
down.
everything was simmering down. Like it was just like we just haven't seen anybody in such a long time. I was just like, we all want to be together. We all want to party and just like get what everyone was around, and nobody got sick. Like
no,
it was such a great
and
wedding.
it was perfect weather too. I remember because like it could be crisp and cool, but then you're dancing on the dance floor and like you're getting hot, like you're sweating on the dance floor. But knowing that it was still so like you were inside and kind of outside the way her reception was. So it's like, yeah, you're dancing and you may be hot, but like it's still cool outside. So you could literally just step outside the tent and be like, oh, okay. Like it was a good
mix.
Yeah.
It was. But I have been seeing a lot of trends going around lately. Like I did some vibrant colors because I wasn't sure, because it was more towards the end of the month, so I wasn't sure if there was still going to be like foliage around. Like we're getting married by a lake, so I was like, maybe I want to have. It was the last perfect day of the fall.
It was beautiful.
It really was. Like I remember the next day, it was just rain and cloudy and humid, and it was nasty.
It was perfect for your day.
It was.
It really was. I remember when you walked down the aisle, there was like a little gust of, I think I have a video of it too, but like the colors of the leaves obviously were changing, but as she was walking, they were falling.
Aww.
Yeah, either when you started or it was when you were up there. But I remember just being like looking up and I'm like, I thought someone was like throwing them, and we're like, cue the leaves. Like
nope.
It was beautiful, and the scenery behind it too. It was like a massive lake.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
it's
the lake that divides New Brunswick and East Brunswick.
Oh yeah, it was beautiful because like you have
it's a river or something.
Yeah, some body of water.
Yeah, something.
It was like them. Then they had the foliage, right? Like the changing the colors, and it was the body of water. And then behind that were more trees. It was yeah, we were basically in the woods, like we're in the back ends of, and then there's just like this venue. It was very, very nice. Even getting there, I was like, are we going the right way?
I know, you're like, because you're in New Brunswick.
Yeah, and then you go literally in the woods. Like you're surrounded by trees, and I'm like, I don't know. I was like, just keep going, and then it opens up into the venue. It was beautiful.
Yes.
It was so nice.
I was like very happy with it. I was really happy that like everybody was able to come.
Oh yeah.
But the vibrant colors, like I'm noticing, like that's everyone's doing that, because like I've seen like pastels, the sticking with whites, and just like pinks and like light blues. But I'm seeing vibrant colors come back now. People are doing these like bold blues, like hot pinks, bright oranges.
Hot pinks, yeah.
I love that.
Oh yeah.
I think that's amazing. Like any time of the year, like I think that just like adds such color to your
personality.
Mm-hmm.
Like when we think of weddings, we kind of tend to automatically think of traditional.
Mm-hmm.
So like
that's why like all the
just whites and like
gold accents and whites, some maybe little rustic
like a little look to it.
Yeah.
Which is fine, but I think I love when you can look at a wedding, or like you're at a wedding, whether you're looking at photos or whatever, and you can feel that it resembles the person, because it just I don't know, it just like embodies them, and for them to have their own little flair or twist, whether that's like a bright color. So some people even do like a non-traditional, so like not white dress, they'll do like a different color dress. They'll do different styles of a dress, or just, I love that it's becoming whatever you want.
I agree.
Or the people, the bride and groom want, basically. Because even we were talking about the other day, the ceilings.
Yes, those I forgot what it was called. I wrote it down, but I don't think it popped up. But it was just like the decorations that people are doing, because you forget, like, you think of all the space around you and you're like, okay, I got my chairs, my centerpieces, but you don't like realize like the space all around you above as well, and you could really set like a really beautiful scene.
Ambiance.
And just going down the aisle, and you have these like drapes going over. It just like it's just like a dramatic take to it.
And I think it kind of like just elevate, like it just makes it feel just like whoa.
Yeah, it gives me like Harry Potter, like, you know, when you walk into the dining room, like there's just always something floating that set the mood. But like how beautiful would that be? Like if you walk down the aisle and you just have like all these candles hanging down,
beautiful
little drapery, some flowers.
Yes, the
like
flowers
little
are
disco
great.
balls. Whatever
you're
feeling it.
She ended up having a bunch of disco balls on the ceiling, and then the like find your table thing was a disco ball.
Oh, I love
and
that.
And it had like your, Emily table 6 or whatever, but it was on like a little disco ball keychain, and I was like, oh, that's a cute idea. I love that.
I like that.
Even for like our wedding, so it's gonna be outside, and there's no ceiling above us. So I'm like, I definitely want to set the mood as like when the sun starts to set. Mm-hmm. And they have lights there, which are fine, but I like wanted something, right?
Mm-hmm. Like a starry thing.
Yeah, like just something that is like, oh wow, those are so pretty, or it just adds a little bit of mood light. So it's a softer, like a yellow light instead of it being so harsh sometimes. So we got these, what did I buy them? But they're not mine, but I rented them. They're these, I always pronounce it wrong. Is it rattan?
Oh, I know what you're saying.
They're woven. It's like a brown woven texture. And they're these
rattan?
It's R-A-T-T-A-N, I believe, but I just don't know the pronunciation of it. As I said it one time, and someone was like, oh, it's this.
Rattan. I feel like rattan sounds
We'll go rattan. Okay.
It's Italian.
Yeah, I know. It sounds more French, but... So it's literally those, and it's kind of like a longer woven type of material, and then it has like a yellow light in it. And it will go from, because we're going to do a farm table, one long farm table, and it will go from one end to the other end.
Style.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
And it will like just encompass that whole area, and actually on their Instagram, because they have weddings there all the time, like I look for inspo or like how something will look there, because it's hard to look at an empty space and see your entire wedding that you picked there.
Difficult.
Like it's just hard. Mm-hmm. So I remember this one woman had a one long, style table, and she had those that lighting up there, and I was like, oh yeah, we need that. I'm like, I showed Graham, look at this. He was like, that's beautiful, we need that. I'm like, yes, I read her like sold, like we're gonna take that one. But it does, it adds just a little something. Even sometimes they'll do a bunch of those like string lights, and it just looks magical.
Yes, it sets the mood.
Oh my God.
I think it's a game changer, I think, because it's like you're creating an ambiance.
Yeah, it'll be a whole experience.
Yes.
And you'll remember that.
And then you break away too, and I think it's so nice, like as you walk away and you just see everybody under the lights too. I think that's such like an emotional pull, because you just see all these people together.
Talk about emotions. I cry at every wedding. It's just so beautiful.
No, I was just at a wedding this past Friday, and I have not set myself in a church in I don't know how long. I was smoking by the time we got out after that hour. I was in there way too long. I think I yawned more in my lifetime in that hour. Yeah. I was like, and I definitely have ADHD. Like
it's tough to just sit there for a long period of time, and then sometimes like they go through their readings.
Yeah,
I don't know.
It was basically a church service.
Yeah. And sometimes you don't know what they say, so it's just like, and then it's obvious. Most churches are very beautiful, so like I get distracted.
Oh yeah, that's all I'm looking at is the ceilings.
Glass.
Yeah, the stained glass. Like the architecture for churches are outstanding. It is so beautiful. Like I wish that was applied to like actual homes.
Yes.
Just the architecture standpoint.
There's
Like, it doesn't have to be religious.
No.
Like, and people think, like, oh, the arches are so religious. No, like,
It's just an arch.
a nice, yes.
Yeah.
I just like it.
Just the arch doesn't mean Jesus. Like, I saw a woman who ended up buying a church. It was like not abandoned, but they were selling it, and obviously it wasn't a church anymore. And she bought it and converted it to her home. She like made this house look. It's just like the kitchen. I just keep thinking of
that's impressive.
The kitchen was just massive.
What
like
did she
the
do with the
ceilings.
whole? Did she have to? She had to put walls up, and that mean like where the pews are.
So it ended up being like an open concept. So she had her office. She had a giant living room. She had one of those like you can make it whatever you want type of couch. Like you can pull all the pieces
like a
apart.
couch.
Dude, she had I think 6 go like long ways and 3 this way and like 3 big ottomans. So she showed one night. Her TikTok is only about like the house and stuff, and she goes movie night in a church. So it's just grabs your eye. So I'm like, what? She moves them all together. It was her husband. I think she has 2 kids or something, and like a dog. And what ends up happening is like the credenza, right?
Okay.
That's the TV thing. And ended up popping up this white screen, and she has a projector on the other side, and they're just
cool.
I was like, Grant, we need to buy a church.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. Like the architecture.
The things
is just
that
phenomenal.
people do is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do know I guess it isn't if you buy the church. But if you live next to a church, behind a church, like it has a cemetery, your taxes are lower.
So
Crazy.
So should we get this house then?
Honestly, I think
Is this will that be our new studio?
Next.
Did we just find it?
On the next episode, it's like
we're in the graveyard. We'll be respectful.
Of course, we make friends. They can join.
No Ouijaing. We can't do a Ouija board.
Small side story of a Ouija board and talking about childhood. We were on our porch, and it was me and my neighbors, and we were talking about a Ouija board. Now, my mom is religious. I'm not like super religious, but she's religious. And she was upstairs, and it's summertime, so you have your windows open, and my mom's room is here, and the porch is here. So you can hear everything talking. Mm-hmm. So my friend's like, we should get a Ouija board. And we were talking about it. I did not contribute to this conversation. I was just sitting there, and I hear her coming down the stairs, like, heavy. And I was like, oh, gosh, okay. Because, like, the front screen door is open.
Okay.
The glass door was open, screen door is closed, so you can hear her just come down the stairs. My mom doesn't curse. She just doesn't. This woman came out of nowhere, and she was like, don't you dare, like, serious. She was like, don't you dare bring that black magic shit in this house. And even my friends, because they've never heard her curse, and we were like, I was like, no, we're not. I was like, I didn't even say anything. It wasn't in this conversation. She was so serious. Like, she was not, and not that I
something about it.
don't mess around with it.
Yeah.
I'd rather not fuck around and find out. How about that?
No, it's a world that we don't know about.
Yeah, respect,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm gonna leave it where it is. I don't need to involve myself in
No.
that. No, because one day you do, and you will find out.
You will.
And it's not fun.
Mm-mm.
But yeah, we were talking about the ceremonies and stuff, but I literally cry at every wedding because it's just so bright and beautiful. And I am not like a loud cry, like I'm not. I will just sit there and my eyes will not stop. Sometimes I'll get the little like lip, like the little movement in my lip because it's just so beautiful. But there are some people and they're like,
yeah, no, I wasn't. This wedding I cried because it was beautiful.
Yeah,
like, and it's like nice. It's like it's Ryan's best friend from elementary school getting married. So like, I think I cried more about their relationship than like the wedding itself. But it was a very beautiful wedding.
Yeah.
Like it was.
I can't not. I tell Grant, I'm like
I'm definitely gonna cry at your wedding. I'm gonna cry more at your. I don't think I really cried at my wedding that much because I was just. Because everything was just happening so fast. I bawled at my brother's wedding. I'm definitely gonna cry at your wedding.
Oh my god! I tell Grant, I'm like, I hope they come up with a pill or something that like keeps me from crying because from the moment I wake up that day, I'm gonna be, and it's not out of, like, some people are like, oh, why are you crying? It's sad. Crying doesn't correlate to being sad.
No, I cry at anything and everything.
I was just like, I'm gonna be so happy, and the fact that like all of the big thing is obviously us getting married, but the other big thing is Hawaii is like such a special place that I hold in my heart because it's just so special to me, and now and it's a small wedding because it's destination, and the people that are coming are like our people, like
ride or die.
Yeah, like they're just our people. You just know you're surrounded by everybody. And I'm like, oh, my favorite. I told him do this, and I started crying. I was like, it's gonna be really beautiful. I was like, this is gonna be all my favorite people in my favorite place.
Oh, and he's like, they're making me cry now.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, like that's why we, yeah, like he's like
wedding, yeah, like that's what weddings do.
Yeah,
and people together.
Yeah, you just really don't. But I will 100% cry the entire time.
It's like, I'm just gonna start I'll pull tissues out for you.
Yeah. Put some extra setting spray on this because it needs to not go anywhere. Because I know it will be. And I know even the next day I'm gonna be crying because we wanted to do.
Yeah, you guys want to do something quite interesting.
Yeah, because so with everyone traveling there, it's not like, I mean, I hope not, but it's not like people are coming just for that day and then going home. Like, I would really hope you don't waste 22 hours in the air for a day.
That's a long
Yeah. So basically everyone is going and making a vacation for them. And that's what I want. I want them to see and experience a place that like I adore and love so much. So I'm like, also during the wedding day, and this was honestly thanks to every bride who came before me in my life because I hear all of their feedbacks. And I know certain things that I'm like, oh, maybe I want to do this, or maybe I don't want to do this, or whatever it may be. And typically, most brides are always like, I didn't really get to spend time like with people. Like you're spending time saying hello to everyone, right? You're like, hey, table to table, how are you?
That's all I did.
Exactly. And I want to just be in the moment with everyone. And I know that they're only there for a week or maybe 2 weeks, but we're not spending the whole week or all 2 weeks together, but I still want to enjoy Hawaii with everyone. So we decided that the next day we'll have like a full beach day. Like we're going to rent out the portion of the beach. So it works like there's like a little park, then there's like greenage, and then there's beach where this will be. And you can rent out that entire section. So you'll have the beach, and you'll have the grass area, which is like a park. They have benches, they have little grills, and they have a bathroom. So like everything's there. So I'm like, oh my God, how cool would it be if everyone just met there, went on their own, like wake up whenever you want. We'll have it permitted like from 8 a.m. So it's like, doesn't really matter.
Is it like a permit?
We do have to get a permit for it, yeah, because I don't want like other people just use it. You know what I mean? Like, like, because there'll be a decent amount of us, and I don't want there to have to be like chaos or whatever. So we'll get a permit for that area, and then whenever everyone wakes up, just meet us at the beach, and across the street there's like restaurants.
I'm gonna be like ready the next day.
She's gonna go leave the wedding, sleep on the beach, and be the first one there. And it'll be nice. Like everyone, whether you want to go across the street and grab drinks, go eat food or grab drinks.
I mean, we're definitely gonna be drinking.
Some drinks.
We need to hydrate.
Exactly. So whether you want to do that, or there's snorkel gear, you can grab a paddle board, you can grab a surfboard, you can rent it, you could just lay on the beach, like just to be with everyone and kind of feel like I'm on vacation with them.
Snorkeling.
Oh hell yeah! I'm getting on that paddle board. It's really hard.
Oh no, I heard it's very hard. I don't know if I'd be able to do it.
You could
maybe kneeling. I was gonna say maybe kneeling, but definitely not. I'm like the person that like walks sideways next to you. Like there's no way I'm
want to get a video of everyone because that's gonna be hysterical. You're like, when we went last time, we rented one, and standing up was definitely hard. I didn't go like crazy. I was just like, you're worried just keeping your balance. And then Grant went out, and we were.
Push yourself.
Yeah, it's a workout. It is a workout. And so Grant's turn, I let him go, and I'm like closer towards the shore, and he's kneeling because he could not he got up, but like it was after a couple falls, and all of a sudden I see his face, like he's kneeling, and he's like, so like obviously the first thing that comes to your mind in the water is a dun 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 dun. So I look at him, I'm like, and I'm booking it. Like, save yourself, Grant. I'm out. No, but he was like, Danielle. I'm like, what? I didn't see it because like he was decently far out, but he's like, the most sweet green sea turtle just swam right on, like the
That's
sea
such
from
a
Lilo and
Hawaiian.
literally just went under. And I had gone there multiple times, so I have seen like green sea turtles in their own habitat, which is such a magical thing to see and feel and be a part of. And he came back and he was just like, that was so much fun. And I'm like, I can't remember that experience.
He was I think he was just more proud that he was on the board to see the turtle than like the lesson itself.
Yeah, true. Yeah, that was why he didn't talk about anything else but seeing it.
He did the experience, so if he didn't, then he probably
you wouldn't have
seen
seen it. Yeah. So I definitely
I'm very excited. It needs
wait.
to come like tomorrow.
Give you a precise time. It is in 466 days. Oh. But it'll be here before you.
It will go by
yeah.
fast. No, honestly, like once you hit that 1 year mark, it's like
it's gonna be
game time
crazy
because you're gonna start sending out the RSVPs.
Oh
like,
yeah.
Yeah,
It's funny. I messaged because we started way earlier planning than I guess most. Like most people plan their wedding within a year or like a year.
If you're engaged, like
Yeah.
if you were engaged for 2 years before
Same.
we got married.
Yeah, that's what we did. This will be it was just last weekend was 2 years being engaged, and then I was like, thanks. And I'm like, I email my wedding planner because I'm gonna plan a wedding from Hawaii here. Anyway, so she does everything, which is great. But I think I'm like so ahead of schedule that I haven't heard from her in a little while.
You're just getting agita.
Yeah, I'm like, there's anything else I need to approve of, just let me know. And she's like, you're literally so ahead of schedule, like you're fine.
Yeah, like I'll get back to you in 4 months.
Exactly. I'm like, oh, okay, all right then. I guess
enjoy the holiday. All right, like relax.
Yeah, she literally we have.
She's on island time too. Remember?
Facts.
It's a real thing.
Was late. So last year we had gone there with our family and Grant, one so that he could see, like he's never gone to Hawaii to that point. And I'm like, I don't want the first time you ever see Hawaii to be our wedding. Like I want you to see why this is such an amazing place. So we go and we're like, let's look at wedding planners too. So I made an appointment with her. She is super nice. We love you, Sandra. And yeah. And we're waiting there. Like my parents came too, and they were like, let's say it was 4:00. We were supposed to meet at the coffee shop, and it's like 4:05, and I'm like, it's fine. It's only 5 minutes. 4:10. It's only 10 minutes. 4:15, and I'm like, all right.
Well, if you were a professor, the class could leave.
Facts, yeah. And I'm like, come on, like what? So I call her, and she's like, oh, I'm on my way. But island time is a real thing. And coming from the East Coast, like so close to New York, where it's like. Everything's so fast paced. You're on time. You gotta.
We're built to like be on schedule. Like,
they think we're nuts.
Yeah.
Like we were.
I wish if I love the freedom, but I feel like I definitely would not get as much of my work done.
It's a way slower pace, and their thing is like, don't worry, like it's fine. We're gonna get to it, which makes sense, but it's like. It's 4:20. We need to start this meeting.
But if you came on time, like you could have been done.
100%.
Like that's so much further. That's where like our mindset is, but they're just like, no, like it's okay.
It's fine.
But there's like a respect. Like I strongly believe like if you're on time, like you're respectful.
Yes,
I am. You can't be late. If you are
late,
like
say
late. Something.
Like that's a toxic.
With the Marine motto, if you show up, if you show up early, you're on time. If you're on time, you're late. If you're late, you're forgotten.
Thanks, Dad.
Yeah.
For that. I literally need to be places if it's a doctor appointment, whatever it may be. I'm like 20 minutes earlier.
Yeah.
Grant's like, you don't have to leave yet. Like, I do though.
No, I gotta be
Mentally,
there.
I have
What
to
if there's
leave
something
now.
I need to fill out? Like,
What if there's traffic?
Yeah, like, that's
Never know.
you.
Even though my GPS calculates it, but what if there's something?
You
it
might
doesn't
be
touch?
the accident. You don't fucking
God
know.
forbid.
No.
Our deep Q&A.
Yes.
What is one thing you can't live without? Could be literal and figurative.
Yeah. Well, I would exclude like food, obviously. I do.
Well, yeah, you need water.
You need water and food, but
Hope everyone.
can't live without.
I feel like the obvious is family and friends.
Yes.
They're your people. They're your circle. They are your support system. They are the people who will kick you in the butt, who will tell you how things are.
It is.
You may not want to hear it at times, and I understand, like, no one likes to be told what they already know but won't admit. But you need that. Like, for example, Grant and I were talking, this was maybe a couple weeks ago, I can't remember when this was, but relatively recent. And it's tough for him to get up and work out in the morning. He would love to sleep, like just sleep. He'll work out midday. But this one day, I think it's a Saturday, the gym that we go to closes around, like, it's a small personal training studio. So it closes around 12, I think, on Saturdays, on weekends. And we woke up and we were going to do an 8 a.m. class, and he was like, I don't want to go, I don't want to go, I don't want to go. And the day before, we were talking about keeping each other accountable.
Mm-hmm.
And
That's
that
a
we
huge
do know
thing
we
to
need
do.
to get there because we know it's going to feel great. Like,
Mm-hmm.
no one wants to get up on their day off and go to the gym. But we know that it's going to help us. It's going to make us feel good. It's going to set our tone for the day. It's going to set your tone for the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Who could the week? Like, it'll do so much for you. That's very beneficial. So I woke up and I'm ready. I never click snooze because I'm a psycho. So it goes off. I get right up and I'm ready. I'm like, what time do you want me to wake you up? He's like, oh, 7 something.
Like
whatever.
last minute as possible.
And I'm like, okay. So that time comes. I'm like, it's time to get up. Like, it's like waking up a child. You're like, hey. And then they don't get up and you're like, yo, get up. And he's like, I'm not going. And I was like, okay, all I'm going to say is, I'm just keeping you accountable. That's all I'm going to say. And then I walked away and I got in the car. It's like 4 minutes on the road. I get in there and I think I was talking to the owner for a little bit next to like the front window. What do you know? Who pulls up? Grant. And I'm like, yes. I'm proud of him for making that decision.
No, that was
It's
probably really
tough.
hard for him.
It's so tough. Like, I would love to sleep in. I would love to just
No, but you gotta get your day started.
You have to.
You
And
have
let's
to.
face it, it's not like we're saying get up at 4 in the morning. It was 7
Yeah,
something.
I don't understand the people that go to the gym at like 5 a.m. Like they're at the gym at 5 a.m. Like they
Dude.
are standing at the door 15 minutes prior to
Waiting.
the door opening, waiting for the gym. Like I had to be the person that like opened the door. Like I was like
Oh,
the
that's
key
the
girl
worst.
at one of the gyms for like a very brief second.
Yeah.
But like I had 5 a.m. shifts and I'm like they're waiting on me. I'm like
Damn.
yeah, like I'm sorry I'm not working.
And I
out
will
this
say,
week.
there's like, and this, not to go too in depth about it, but like I tried that. I got up very early and went to the gym. It's not for me.
It's
and
a
it's not for
lifestyle.
everyone. There are certain people that work out that certain times of the day work better for them and their body. And I think you should all listen to that. Don't listen to all the others.
Yeah, I definitely won't be able to like go into a full workout like the second I wake
No,
up. Like
I'm still waking up.
Yeah, that's why I like my walks, and then anything
That's a
after
great
work,
way.
then I'll do like 45 minutes of like weightlifting,
Yeah.
and then like I'll maybe do a walk again or
Yeah.
something, like just to raise a little bit of
Endorphins.
Yeah, so you gotta push forward. You have to.
I do think, and yeah, so like keeping accountable. So the people you surround yourself with, like I wouldn't be able to live without my family and friends because they are your motivation, they're your support. They could frustrate you sometimes, but I don't think
It
I
could be
would
very
be.
very annoying at times.
Yes, 100%. But I don't think I would be where I am at now without the people that I surround myself with. I
No.
really don't think so.
It's because they're the ones that taught you. They're the reason why
Yeah.
you who you are today. To a portion of it,
Yeah.
at least. Like that's They're
100%.
what made you grow, and they're the reasons you make decisions. You know, you don't make a lot of these decisions too without consulting them first or
Yeah.
getting an opinion.
Or being inspired by one of them.
Mhm.
Like, you may not know that something is achievable, but you see your friend or family member do it, and you're like, oh, I think I want to do that, or I don't think I could do that, but I see that they can do it, and I can do it too. Like, it does definitely bring you value with who you surround yourself with, and yeah, I wouldn't be able to.
You can't live without them.
No.
I think back to like nature too. I think you can't really live without nature.
As well as the people are inspiring, nature is very inspiring.
Very.
If you just sit, like, I needed a mental health walk one morning, and I got up, and I literally got up, changed, I didn't even brush my teeth or anything. I was like, I got up so early, I'm like, I just need to get out, I need to walk. And I walked for like an hour, and I didn't listen. Normally I listen to like a podcast or YouTube video or music and whatever. This time, all I listened to was classical music. And Graham was like, are you crazy? I'm like, no, I actually do like classical music.
No, I do it all the time.
As a kid, my mom used to always put it on. I don't listen to much opera, but I haven't listened to much opera, so I can't really say, you know. But as a kid, my mom would always put on classical music, whether that was, I was like doing my homework, or I was studying, or she was cleaning. So like, I associate doing something, like, I guess productive, but having it be calming.
It's proven that classical music actually makes you very productive.
Yeah, they say to play for babies, it helps their brain grow or whatever.
No, but just being outside, it's a mindset. Like, you can't live without it. Like, we talked about this on previous episodes where like it grounds you, so it kind of helps you get back to like where you are. So you can't live without that. Like, if it's something that's gonna help you guide you to somewhere else.
Yeah, and I think that alone, like, because everyone gets in their head at times. We're only human. And I was so in my head, and by the end, mind you, my nose left it puffing, but it was good. And just like looking at the trees, and I saw a bunch of cardinals. Like, I normally see a couple here and there. I'm not joking. I saw like 7 on this walk, which I thought was a little more than normal.
That is a little suspicious.
And then I ended up, I'm definitely not gonna have the screenshot of it anymore. No. But it basically, what the meaning of like seeing so many cardinals is like hope and inspiration, and it was like, don't stop going after what you want to go after. Like, when you see an influx of cardinals, and I was like, that is exactly what I needed to hear.
You know, honestly, my mom, she was a bird watcher. I forgot the name of it,
The bird?
No, like they're called something,
okay,
like bird watchers. But she was part of like the Auburn Society and everything.
Oh,
like, my parents met bird watching. But
stop it.
No, that's a true story.
Stop.
It's actually really freaking cute. But they left because they were just like, this guy's an idiot. Because they were like trying to look at it as an eagle, like 100 miles away.
And
they're like, you
let's
told
go.
us to bring like this type of lens, because they were both into photography too.
Oh, yeah.
So anyway, so they ended up leaving, but it's very interesting, like the meanings, like what people think birds are. Like, I just heard one about like a hummingbird, and it was like a really windy day, and like this girl was just looking outside, and she just sees this hummingbird and just like staying still, and she's like, how does a hummingbird just stay without
like
wind? Yeah, but their wings are, it was like the end was, you're able to maneuver through difficult times regardless and adapt to your surroundings. And it was like a very beautiful meaning behind it, and she was just like, you know, it was tough because I was going through a tough time. That's why I came outside. It just got crazy windy out. This hummingbird came by, just staring and sitting, like floating in the air, like it was not affected at all by the wind around it. And it just ended up being such a beautiful thing, saying like, you have to adapt to things around you, and
such a beautiful metaphor.
I know, but I'm like, it's just a little bird. But so many different birds have so many different meanings to them. Like, people say like when they see like a blue jay, it means like there's an angel by you. I don't know how much I believe about that, but I do. I do like the hummingbird. I do like the cardinals. Like, I believe in
it's
in
crazy
hope and change.
How, and I like divine timing, whatever you want to call it, universe, God, whatever it may be. But there's something, and
There's a mighty power.
It is beautiful when you see things that make you go, oh wow, like that's gotta be real. There's no way that I was thinking that in my head, and at that point I didn't express it to anyone. Like it wasn't like I was posting about it and announcing that I was like, in my head about certain things, and I normally don't go for that long, well, to be completely fair. But I was just like, I'm gonna go 30 minutes wherever, and 30 minutes back. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I went down a random street, not the street that I normally just go down. I was going in and out of blocks, and then I saw a bunch of cardinals, and I was just like, and then I saw more. And then I saw more, and I was like,
you're in the nesting ground.
Yeah, or a meeting or something. And I'm like, I Google it, and I was like, and I just was like, all right, whoever's whatever, I got it. Yeah. Okay, like that's it makes sense. Yeah. And that's one of the reasons. Like I would never, if nature wasn't there, I wouldn't have had that. Like,
and you learn something too. Yeah. You learn something about yourself and something you're gonna take forward, and then you just share it with all of us.
Yes. Yeah. It's beautiful. Honestly, those are definitely my top 3. Family, friends, and nature. Mm-hmm. Obviously food and water,
and travel. But anyway. But okay, so that are the 3 things that I guess we can't really live with that. I think that's like a general for everybody.
I would hope so.
Yeah. But please tell us like what you guys can't live without. Given like
food and water,
water.
Sunlight.
Sunlight.
Obviously, we're gonna die.
Connectivity, maybe. Like
I would say that. Yeah.
Our phones, travel. Can't live without travel. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
that's
let's
put that number 4.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, for sure.
But thank you guys for tuning in another episode of Guided by the Unconscious. Please, you could send us any questions, topics, stories that you would want to share with us at gbtupodcast@gmail.com. And I think that's it.
Make sure you stream every platform, basically.
Yes, like, share, comment,
subscribe,
and check us out every other Sunday, because that's when we'll be posting.
Yeah, and the launch date is coming soon.
Yeah,
so by the time you see this, obviously you'll be
we'll be well ahead. But we're ahead of it. We were definitely antsy. Yes. Our first post went out today. I just saw I got a notification.
Did it really? Oh my god, why did it notify me?
You gotta get the girl.
I know, I gotta set it up.
But thank you guys again for tuning in. We really do appreciate it, even though we really don't know how well we're doing right now. But we appreciate it.
We really hope you're liking it, because we enjoy it.
We are enjoying this a lot.
For sure.
It's definitely something I look forward to.
Yeah.
So, and it's going to get even more special once this actually is live and you guys are interacting with us. And
we have some really fun topics coming up, and
I know
people.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll have to tune in for those. I'm not gonna tell you.
Yes.
But yes, tune in.
Or else.
Or we'll find you.
No, we're good people here.
Yeah.
We're good.
Okay, we are, I swear.
Alright, thank you guys. Have a good one.
Bye.
See you next time.
Oh my god.